Shalom, brothers. This is Yabatazah with GMS. He is hired servants. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you, brothers out there doing the work of sincerity and truth. I want to go ahead and jump into a lesson regarding these Amalekites, all right, that come from the stock of Esau, therefore, which is the originator of the Edomites, which is Esau, the so-called white man. And basically, it's just to tell brothers to keep this in remembrance. You know, you Native American Indians, all right, you so-called Mexicans, all right, the indigenous people of this land over here on this side of the world, North America. Hey, man, you gotta remember the things of old, man. Everything was written for our learning. You know, Romans chapter 15, verse 3. All right, history repeats itself and things of that nature, all right? But the first scripture I want to bring out is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 7. It says, "Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee, thy elders, and they will tell thee." Right? So we got to remember, all right? We got to remember the things that have happened in past time. You know, that's how we learn and what's going to happen in the future, or how to avoid certain things, and you know, things of that nature. But the point is that we got to remember the days of old and consider the years of many generations. So we got to consider these stories that are written in the scriptures, man, which are not fiction. You know, these are real stories and accounts of things that happen in history. All right, and as far as Esau, this man still exists. All right, just like you got that James White character saying that the Edomites no longer exist, things of that nature. You got different doctrines out there which are swaying certain people, but through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai's word, the prophecies, we know that he exists. And he's the last ruler of the earth right now. All right. It says, "Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee." And who are our elders? The great millstone, Elder Tahar, Elder Gabar, Elder Aramla, Sakaran, so forth and so on. Those are our elders, and they're the ones that have shown this light unto us. All right, and broke down these scriptures and revealed the mysteries. Okay. Now this next scripture I want to get out is right here. In Deuteronomy chapter 25, verse 17, it says, "Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way where ye were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way and smote the hindermost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not Yahweh. Therefore it shall be when the Lord thy power hath given thee rest from all thy enemies round about in the land which the Lord thy power giveth thee for inheritance, to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it." Right, so we can't forget what's happened, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, they haven't forgotten. All right, and it's to all you guys out there that have a problem with, oh, well, you can't hate. Why you hating on the so-called white man, this, that, and the third? Hey, man, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, even King David says, I have a perfect hatred. All right, and they know these things, man. It's just in this time and in our age, all things have been erased from our minds, which are things are still in the history books, but it's been buried. And through the spirit of the Lord, through the apostles, the elders are the ones that brought this light back out. All right. So it's telling us that we can't forget what Esau has done, man. And to prove that Amalek is Esau, this is Genesis chapter 36, verse 1. It says, Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Right. Because Esau was changed. His name was changed to Edom. All right. After he received that the lentils from Jacob, after coming in from a long day's journey, all right, and gave up his birthright, all right, and it gets into his genealogy, all right. I'm gonna get into the point, which is in verse Genesis chapter 36, verse 12, and says, and Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz and Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife, right? So Amalek is the stock of Esau, man. He's a child of Esau. Okay, so basically, what the scriptures is telling us that we got to remember, keep these things in remembrance, man. You know, not forget who our enemy is. Okay, got another scripture. Give me 1 second to find it. Right, this is Numbers chapter 20, verse Numbers 24 and 20. When he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perished forever. Right, so Amalek is going to be destroyed forever. Esau is going to be destroyed forever, man. After he's brought down low, the elites are brought into out from the pits and put into heavy labor, you know, slavery. They're gonna be wiped off the face of the earth, man. Okay, this is Obadiah verse 10. It says, for thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Right, and then it goes into how they basically betrayed and took over Israel, man. All right, but I want to just jump down. You brothers can read it. In verse 15, Obadiah 1 and 15, it says, for the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, and as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. Right, so everything that you've done to you, to Israel, to your brother, man, is going to return upon your own head. Since you pursued, since you went after blood, blood shall pursue you, by the sword, man. All right, and that's just how it's going to be. That's how the Lord is. He's a righteous judge. Verse 16, for as you have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. Right, so we're gonna remember it. All right, you know, forever, and then also you're gonna be wiped out forever. Okay. And that's just the way Yahweh Shem Yahushua has everything set up. All right. That scripture I want to bring out is in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 14. It says, I know that whatsoever Yahweh doeth, it shall be forever. See, so Yahweh Shem Yahushua never forgets, man. All right. He's always keeping things recorded. You know, just like Esau, he tries to keep everything recorded. You know, it's like it says that he's wiser than Daniel. You know, how are the things that Esau sought out? You know, so Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he remembers everything, man. He records everything. All right. I know that whatsoever Yahweh doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it, and Yahweh doeth it, that men should fear before him. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And Yahweh required that which is past. Right? So Yahweh Shem Yahushua requires that which is of past, man. All right? And you can't take from it. All right? And it's because you're going to fear, man. You're going to fear what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to do to these heathens, man. To these damn Edomites. These Edomites are finally going to fear, man. They're going to be shaking in their boots. All right? This is Psalms chapter 9, verse 15. It says, the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, and the net which they hid in their own foot taken. Is their own foot taken. It's like I read in Obadiah, you know, they're going to what they basically did is going to fall upon them. Verse 16, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Verse 17, the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget Yahweh. Right, so they're all going to be brought back to that remembrance, man. They're all going to be brought back to that remembrance of being damn demons and unjust to Yahweh Shem Yahushai's people. Verse 18, for the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of the poor shall not perish forever. Yeah, because like I said, Yahweh Shem Yahushai does everything forever. Everything that he does is forever, man. And you can't add or take from it, from this word, from his judgment. Verse 19, arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. Salah. Right. So that's the point, man. You know, I mean, all these scriptures basically was just to, you know, let brothers know that we know the ones that are on the highways and the byways, we know to remember, and we it's never going to escape from our mind. You know what I'm saying? We've been enlightened with this truth, but it's just something, you know, it was on my spirit to bring out a lesson about remembering these things, man. You know, and you know, now that Donald Trump has been put in office, man, he's gonna lift these Edomite spirits up to be, you know, with it, you know, like that's their big brother coming in to save them. See what I'm saying? So they're gonna try to buck up things, and you know, so we just gotta keep this remembrance that Esau's still, you know, public enemy number one. You know, but I want to leave it with that, brothers. You know, I hope it was edifying. You know, give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors and elders to the great. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work, sincerity and truth. Keep pushing, keep fighting. We're almost at the end of this thing, and you know, Esau's about to show his true horns, man. So we never forget, man. All right, but until then, I want to say shalom.